It's very important that you understand the image. The image. Do what you want to do, but when you dust off the Statue of Liberty costume and wear it to a rally, guess who gets plastered on the front page of the news? You. And this is a problem. I was in Seattle about a year ago, and there were 10,000 people there. And as I was leaving, I saw somebody who was wearing a Statue of Liberty outfit, and I thought to myself, that's going to be the one person they pick in the show, just to make him look like you're crazy. Guess what was in the Seattle PI the next morning? That one person. See, here's the media's goal. Here's the establishment's goal. Because I have news for you. GOP was the establishment that headline was talking about, but that's not the only establishment freaking out. The media is freaking out as well. Anyone who has power, because whoa, we liked you being little serfs. And you're not being obedient. Here's the latest from a new website launched for the sole purpose of making you into the crazy costume person, the racist or the conspiracy theorist. They're going to try to make you into anything that you are not. See, look at what they're doing. What are they doing? By the way, who's behind this group? That's Think Progress. That is a left-wing radical website that is, I'm pretty sure funded by Soros. NAACP is this, New Left Media and Media Matters. Can you count the number of times Soros was mentioned without saying his name? They are trying to get the average person to look at these images on TV and say, okay, well, I'm not like that. I would never wear the pig nose. I mean, that's the deal. They want you to walk away from these people saying, that's not me. Because the average person, look, these are average people. They've never done this before. They've never done this before. You cannot discredit the movement now. You've made it. You've made it. Dress normally. Take the signs down. Because what we're talking about now are leaders of the free world. You have the character to do that. But they are judging you not on the content of your character, but on your signs and your clothing. And as much as my daughter says, Dad, I don't care what people say about my clothing. Well, other people do. Other people do. Don't give the media even a chance to typecast you. Don't bring your signs, bring your children. Don't you know the power of your children? Bring your family. You are in the position of power now, and you are witnessing the beginning of the end of the establishment. You can win. Don't let the GOP or the media or the Democrats saying, that a woman in Delaware can't win. They said she couldn't win the primary. Do you remember that one? Just keep standing for the Constitution. Keep standing for your family. Standing for personal responsibility. Living your life with honor. Common sense, not the parties. And if you take off the Statue of Liberty dress and you put the signs down, that will be the only thing the media will be able to focus on. The content of your character. People will come because the Democrats see it now as well. It can't look like a bunch of disgruntled Republicans or disgruntled independents, because it's going to be disgruntled Republicans, independents, and Democrats. That if we drop all the label, the real label should be, it's a group of people that are Americans that are tired of being pushed into places that make no sense. It's not going to be long lasting if you allow yourself to be labeled the crazy t-shirt people. Be who you are. Because who you are is amazing. Who you are is the people with power now. We, the people. Be who you are. Because, trust me, the day I can get out of the media business, I'm going to take a long, hot shower and try to get clean. It'll be like a Lifetime movie for a while. I'll be like, I can't get clean. The day I can get out of the media, I'm going to get out of the media. Be who you are, because I have seen a lot in the media and a lot of people in the media that work overtime just to make you look like something you are not. All right. For many who have just gotten active in the last year or so, it's hard to imagine how far the establishment will go to protect the power that they have built up. I think, personally, it's a little like a chess game. Somewhere around here, we have a three-dimensional chess game. But to make it a little simpler, it really is. You have to think several moves ahead. Have you noticed this? And the stakes are huge. It's all or nothing. I noticed that the DNC chairman, Tim Kaine, came out and said that the GOP is in a civil war right now. And when I heard that, I thought, civil war? Man, that's where brother fought brother. That tore families apart. And that's not what's happening. We're not family tearing each other apart. We're not fighting about it. I mean, some of us are misguided, and a lot of people think I'm misguided. But it's not a civil war. It's a class war. And on one side, we have the elites, and on the other side, we have the regular people. And it's the same on the Democrat side as well. I mean, what this is, for the Democrats, is a fight for the soul of their party. The only difference is the Republicans, at least a lot of the Tea Party people, have admitted it. They're not still playing the old establishment game, trying to use regular people as pawns. It's a game of chess. And I want to show you here. Here's how it works. I mean, if you have a game of chess, you have the king and queen, right? And then you have the bishops. You know why on the chessboard, well, there's a bishop. On the chessboard, you always have the king and queen. And sitting next to the bishop, the king and the queen, is the bishop. Do you know why? The bishop was the advisor. And then you have the rooks, which are the knights, and then the rooks. Okay? The protection of the castle and the knights. Well, who are these people? Who are these people? And then there's one more. It's this. These are pawns. Pawns. The way to win at chess is to know these are meaningless. Remember, you're the king and queen. You're going to listen to the church, the advisors. You're going to send your knights out, and you got the protection of the castle. But these are pawns. These are serfs. They don't mean anything. They never meant anything to the king and queen. You got it? Now, who are the king and queen and the advisors and the knights and the protection of the castle? Well, if I may, I think you got Soros. I think you have, I don't even know, Valerie Jarrett. You have Cass Sunstein advising. You have Van Jones, a knight that will go out and fight hard. And then you have the labor unions, Andy Stern, Trumpka. And the labor unions are the ones that really are like, yeah, no, really, go out and just fight for us, stand with us. Really? Well, who do we have on the other side? Oh, by the way, did anybody notice Barack and Michelle Obama are not in this? I think they're pawns. Who's on the other side? Who are the king and queens of the other side? I can't figure it out. Neither can the media. Neither can, they'll say it's me and Sarah Palin. That is ridiculous. If that's true, that's how much trouble we're really in. I'll tell you who we answer to. Because remember, this is a power structure. Power structure. Here's a great idea. Merit. family. That's who's on this side. That's who these players are. Now, who are the pawns? Who are the pawns? Well, really, it's pretty much the same. You know, you have the labor unions. Remember these pawns? Right now, you have the power structure that doesn't care about the people. You have the nurses and the firefighters and the police that have screwed these people. Remember, it's politicians, special interest, and labor unions. They're the ones who pretend to argue with each other, and yet they're both calling on you to help. So you have the firemen and the police, and then you have the nurses, and then you have the average everyday person. Okay? Right now they're over on this side. What are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? Are you fighting for those guys? Or should you be answering to God and responsibility and the free market and common sense and low spending and merit, all of those? You should be over here. And I think that's what's about to happen. Because once people realize that people in Washington and in the unions and everything else are playing a game, and it's all these people who are going to get rich and have their stuff and everything else, and all they're doing is pitting us against each other, well, then you say, well, what the... I mean, I'd rather follow God. God is unchanging. I'd rather follow honor, a responsibility, or common sense, because that's unchanging. I don't even know these people. Do you know who Cass Sunstein really is? Has anybody asked you, have you ever been in any conversation and went, gee, I wonder what Cass Sunstein would do? No. You're not asking to listen to him. But they are. And he's about to control your life. What do you say we stop playing the games? Stick to the principles. Share that with Republicans, Democrats, and independents, and then get your butt out and spread the word and make this the biggest turnout in American history for a midterm election. Because your very republic depends on returning somebody that can slow this catastrophic failure down. Return to these principles. It ain't going to happen in just this one election. But maybe it'll slow this down. Back in a minute.